Hello and good evening, good night, everyone. It is your magical minister, Altheta, and it's September the 17th, 2020, new moon in your girl's sign, Virgo, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time, beautiful, season that we're in. I am a avid follower of the tarot and astrology, although I am definitely not an astrologer at all. But I am kind of tuned into the tarot, and I listen to a few of the most awesomest practitioners when it comes to tarot and astrological readings and forecasting. I am a Virgo, as you know, and I'm a divine queen, alchemist, priestess, goddess, and I know who I am. However, I know where to stay in my lane, and I am not an astrologer or a tarot reader, but I have to shout out and just say thank you and blessings to Spirit for the individuals that I do go to here on the YouTube domain. And I want to shout out beautiful Taria from Hidden Truth Tarot and Sasha Bonsai. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Awesome readings, always love, always light, and always resonance across the board with all the few readers that I do go to. And another, my beloved, love her to pieces, my sister Virgo, and respectfully, she is younger, but she is leap years ahead of many, and myself included, Miss Jess with Bahati Life, whom I love dearly, and I listen to her religiously, lives and the astro forecasts and such. And so, now I've been made aware by some very, very reliable sources and Mr. Gregory Scott, and I'm going to hashtag all of these individuals that I've mentioned because they have given me the information that I need so I can do my work in this auspicious time of this new moon in Virgo. It's intention setting and letting it go and being really focused and believing and just having faith and letting the universe and the angels and our guides lead the way and show us that our potential is ours to actualize, to behold, to manifest our dreams. And that's really what my spirit and source has been leading me in this direction, to pursue the fulfillment of my dream, which is my ultimate reality. My highest, truest self resonates with that dream so well that I'm one with that dream, and that's who I truly am. That's my divine self, my highest light, and all of those dreams of success, and the dream of just being free. Really, it's not even about being successful, but being successful in accomplishing that worthy ideal, as Earl Nightingale, I believe, would have said. That's my worthwhile ideal that I am striving for: freedom, liberty, sovereignty, divinity here on this earth, and to be the head and not the tail. Because as we can see in this 2020 eyes wide open season, and the agenda that is transpiring and the change of life, I want to take the rightful position of sovereignty. I want to be free. I don't want to be a slave, and I don't think any of the people that are listening to me right now want to be enslaved. So here we are, making a decision, September the 17th, make some intentions very clear. Tonight I will be doing that and doing my writing. I struggle so much with writing, and and when I said that, it was 444 across the board. I struggled. I used to struggle with writing, but I'm not going to struggle any longer, because I'm a new creature, and it's a new day, and it's a new beginning. And now it is. So today is also the birthday and celebration of beautiful Lord Ganesha, and I have been acknowledging him and setting out offerings for his energy to just go before me in this new season. Yes, please have every spirit guide and archangel and energy that is available to clear the pathway, to remove any obstacles, to remove any burdens and such. And so that leads me to the reason why I started this video. I won't say I'm not comfortable with doing my work practice, as you guys may see. I'm not as comfortable in terms of the logistics, this type of stuff, the camera, the in and the out, and then, kind of dicing up my focus to being informational and, engaging with the camera and the audience, but also really engaging with the work, because we all know that, it's very intention based. But I'm gonna give it a shot. And I'm going to be brief in my point, because there's a lot of work that I'm going to be doing tonight, over the next 2 hours or so, and I won't be videotaping all of that. But what I did want to share and have you guys participate in with me is the notion of, protection, because we call out to our angels and our guides and ancestors, if that's what you are, accessing everything and everyone that is available to us to help us navigate here on this earth, especially those that have already gone before us. Ascended masters, please, come in and assist and show us the way. And so protection is something that I'm hearing a lot, right? It's this 2020, and then we have, concerns about tangible things like diseases, right? And then, those of us that are on that path of enlightenment and awakening, and then there are those that are just in the periphery of that energy and those movements. And everybody's picking up on the buzzwords, right? Protect yourself and the negative energy, and I have to cleanse myself because of the negative energy that is encroaching on my aura and making my days a little less light, right? Because the energies out there are permeating here, and I need to come home and do some protection stuff and cleansing. Okay, yeah, cleansing and protection is a vital and necessary practice, right? But I ask you guys, I'm going to ask you to think about, who are you protecting yourself from? Right? A lot of, pardon me, much of the protection conversation that I hear is an externalized practice, right? Protect from those energies and those people that are projecting those energies that are making the self uncomfortable and, distorting and disturbing our peace of mind, our peace of being, so to speak. That's allegedly why we need to always protect and cleanse, because of the external energies. And that while that is something that we always consider, I do contend that we need to take another look at where we start when we start talking about protection, and when we start talking about purging and cleansing. And my thought is this: it's not the things that are without that are the first things that need to be addressed, really. I think that it is within that we need to start doing that purging, cleansing, and challenging our own self, our ego self, that is really the source of a lot of our negative energy. You know, you can sit in a group, and yeah, you have people that have their vibrations, and it's all over here and it's all over there, and it's, you know, might not seem to be in resonance with yourself or with a higher consciousness, right? And we might label that as negative and lower vibrations, that now what, we must go home and cleanse ourselves because of all. Baby, it ain't external cleansing that is most pressing. It's the internal stuff that's really driving us crazy. It's the internal stuff that's the obstacle on our journey, on our path, most of the time. First and foremost, it's not the external entities and energies. It is the internal things, the mindsets, the belief systems, the limiting belief systems, the fears, the regrets, the self-consciousness, the insecurity, right? The anger, the resentment. That stuff doesn't come from without, although it might be triggered by an external event or person, right? But it did not come from without. It comes from within. So when you want to purge something, cleanse and purge that shit. When we want to rebuke something, start at home. Start in the mirror. I don't see very well, but I know y'all see me, right? Start in the mirror. Start in the heart of your own self. So on this new moon night, it's not about, banishing and such, but I am setting intentions for some wonderful things to happen in my life, and believing by faith that everything in the universe is going to assist me. And it is advised to clear the path. And for me, gratefully, I have to say that I am focused on clearing that path. And I recognize, and I've identified over the last, week or two, because tarot and readings have been directing and showing me personally that, all windows are open for me. There's nothing that is going to be withheld, except that I just need to make a decision, make an intention, and have a focus. And that's not just me, that's all of us have that opportunity. And I need to banish some things that have been on the journey in the past, and write that out as done and finished and over. And those things are not they're not sourced in what somebody said and how they said it and what they didn't say and what they didn't do and what they all of the things that I'm putting out into the atmosphere for banishing and being done away with are energies that try to come up from within, like insecurity about one thing or the other. And that's just something I identified. And I'm not talking about that insecurity. Oh, I wonder how I look. And I'm talking about purging and cleansing and banishing the root cause of some stuff, right? The root cause, the things that are deep down in and rooted, you got to pull it up. And so when I say insecurity, I'm not talking about insecurity because I had a bad break one day, or somebody's not stroking my ego and making me feel valid and important. I'm not talking about that type of insecurity. I'm talking about insecurity or any energy that does not serve you well, right? And for some of us, it starts at birth. It starts at gestation. It starts at gestation, and it started before you even got here. Some of that shit is ancestral, right? So that's not something that you go into externally, that's within. And so the insecurity, where did it come from? Did it start on September 7th, 1971, my birthday? No, it didn't start there. started long, long before, as I've discovered by working with myself and my ancestors and really taking a clear and honest look at the dynamics that have brought me to this place and that have put these issues on my path. And I'm looking at them with 2020 vision, and I'm seeing, oh, you've been insecure all of your life. Why? And your daughters are insecure, and your son may have a little security issues, just not feeling strong and or supported in your beingness, right? Insecure, not sure that you're supported by the universe, by God, by your friends and your families. Where did that come from? I was born into situation and circumstance. My book is out there, marked for destruction, destined for deliverance. And, I was born into a situation and circumstance that just did not breed anything but insecurity. Wasn't sure if I would wake up and the caregivers would be in place, or had they slaughtered each other in the madness in the morning, from the alcoholism last night. Am I going to wake up and be an orphan? Was my fear for real. And that created that deep-seated sense of insecurity. And today, I'm calling it out, right? And I'm nailing it to that old cross, burying it and doing away with it, banishing it, right? And it has nothing to do with anybody else. But my insecurity has the proclivity to be triggered by any number of things, people, places, and events. But they are not the source of the energy of insecurity. The source is within me. And whatever it is that is seeming to be sometimes an obstacle and a burden and something that you can't get, why, and we're burning candles and we're banishing people and we're banishing, foes, enemies, and protecting ourselves and saging ourselves because we came into contact with people that made us feel uncomfortable. Ooh, I didn't like their energy, but you know what? Their energy ain't got nothing to do with me. But what I'm not liking has to do with me. And so you ask yourself, why am I uncomfortable? What about the situation is making me uncomfortable? Check yourself first. Check your own pulse. And then do your work. So I just wanted to come forward about protection and cleansing to get ready for the newness in our lives. We do this, we cleanse and we protect, but what are we really cleansing and protecting ourselves from? Let's be clear, let's be focused so that we don't miss the mark, right? And sometimes we wonder why our manifestations are not unfolding as easily or as fluidly as we think they should. And we can be doing all what we think is all the right things and engaging in our practices on a regular, consistent basis with faith and with hope, and we're banishing and we're keeping other people out of our space as to keep it sacred. However, we're neglecting sometimes what I see and I observe, and I just want to make us a reminder and awareness that the purging and the cleansing that's most beneficial is that which we do for ourselves from within. And then we can be cleansed and we can go in the midst of any energy and be able to at least stand and not have that energy move us and have us tossed emotionally one way or another, because we've purged those things that would have been triggered by external forces, because we are internally taking control and responsibility and mastering ourselves. So with that, it's a 20-minute video. I didn't really want to go this long. I haven't done any work, but I have done a deposit in the atmosphere of what I know Spirit would have had me to bring forward this evening. So this is my my good evening to you, and farewell, that you would do your work tonight and take every advantage of this awesome new moon in Virgo. Let's get things done. Let's make it happen, and just shine bright like a diamond, baby. Namaste and thank you.